at that concert. He must have impressed a few people.
Well, he worked the crowd. I will give him that. I mean, he wasn't up there and he wasn't stiff. He seemed very relaxed up there. He seemed confident.
Yeah.
Little man syndrome.
For a guy of his
stature,
I mean, and I don't mean that in a physical way. Being in front of that kind of crowd that Brad Paisley has put him in front of night after night has probably changed his entire career.
Absolutely. Sure it has. And Brad announced from the stage that he was so impressed with Justin Moore that he is going to be on the next tour.
Oh, with him and Darius.
Him and Darius.
No kidding.
So that'll be a great show.
That's sweet, baby.
And if you want to see who we're talking about, Justin Moore, we got lots of pictures of the whole show, WEZL.com. Just click on the photo page.
And I mean, literally, there are tons of pictures on there of that entire show. We were talking about tattoos a few minutes ago, and because I've got one as well. I got one when I turned 40, and I did it just to mark the fact that I lived that long. I think.
But you turned 40.
I'm 40. I need to mark this because nobody thought I was going to get this far.
That's what we should take a picture of and get it up on the website. Your little lizard that you have there.
The tattoo
I have
on
my
your back.
phone. I'll take a picture of your lizard.
You make me really uncomfortable when you look at me and say things like that.
Well, that's what it is, right? It's a lizard.
Well, no.
Is it the gecko?
No.
What is it?
It's a dragon.
A dragon.
No, I've seen that thing. It's not a dragon.
I mean, I didn't want something to cover my entire back. I just
wanted... You talk about something that looks like a liver spot.
I've seen dragons.
Has it got fire coming out of its mouth?
No. It's
got a long tail.
It's a dragon flying in front of the rising sun, representing hope.
Did somebody draw that for you? Or did you find that on a wall?
I found it on a wall.
Really?
Yep. I looked for about an hour until I. Yep.
Now, did you get that here, or did you get that in Colorado?
That was in East Tennessee, actually. Yep. I was. We were at a friend of my wife's house, and we got to talking, and it was my birthday, and she said, I've always wanted a tattoo. And I said, I always did too. And we had a couple of shots of courage and hopped in the car and went on down to the tattoo place because it was illegal in South Carolina at that time.
At that time, yeah.
And it was legal there, so we went on down. The guy said, yeah, I got time. Come on in. So we brought a couple more shots of courage with us, and...
Gave him some shots, too?
No, he was good.
Oh, okay.
He was good. I didn't want him courageous. I wanted him accurate. And we got it done. But I will tell you this, as somebody who has watched tattoos change over the years, if you're going to get a tattoo, you got to be careful where you put it. I got mine on my shoulder blade. And that's not going to change a whole lot. I can put on 75 pounds, and that shoulder blade's still going to look about like it did when I was 75 pounds lighter.
Yeah.
She had it put on her hip, right on her side. She had a little heart put on her side. Mm-hmm. And as over the next few years, she expanded, and that heart became a rash. It looked like a rash.
She doesn't listen, does she?
Well, sometimes. And she doesn't live here.
Okay.
And as she lost weight again over the years, that heart kind of came back together, but it had stretched and faded, and so she had to have it redone. And then now it looks like it did originally again. But I'm just saying you got to be careful where you stick those things, because as your body changes, those things will change as well.
I mean, your lizard could have gotten bigger if you put it in the right place.
I didn't want it that way. I didn't want that. That's like you're talking about that guy that Gary was in the Navy with.
Let me tell you what, I saw some strange tattoos and strange play. I saw one guy with a tattoo on the inside of his lip. Ooh. Now, for whatever reason.
How do you do that?
I don't know.
How do you come to the conclusion, you know what, I'm going to go sit down and let a guy with a needle gun shoot up the inside of my lip for an hour?
But, I mean, a lot of guys, they just, you've seen them on, what is it called, L.A. Ink or something like that? They've got them everywhere. And I think it's just, well, let's see, where's a vacant piece of flesh that I can get? And they just look for places they can put them.
Well, we've got a guy that works here who wants his whole body covered everywhere that clothing can go.
And I guess, because there are some people who look at them. I mean, I had one there to mark the fact, like I said, that I lived to be 40. And now that I've turned 50, I think I want another one. I think like once a decade now, I'll get a small one. Just, okay, well, I made it another 10 years. Because I really didn't expect to get this far.
Are you going to do a medieval theme on your back?
No, I don't think so.
Dragon?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I was thinking about having Sandra Bullock put on this shoulder. I don't know what I would do, but what I do need to do is get this one recolored.
Has it faded a lot?
Yeah, it's faded
in just
out.
10 years?
I don't think he's using real good ink. It wasn't like we researched it. We just went to the first place that was open.
Did it hurt?
Huh?
Did it hurt?
It was irritating. It was like a bee sting.
Yeah, it's just vibration.
And how long did it take? I mean, was it a bee sting for 45 minutes?
Well, I mean, while he was doing it, because it's right on that bone.
Does he give you a rest?
No, he just did it.
Not on something that size. And some of the tattoos you get on, you have to
go
to
for
do them in
several
segments.
days. Yeah, you do a little bit today.
Let it heal a little bit, and then go back and do it. I was watching TV the other day. I saw Gary Allen, who has got a ton of tattoos himself.
Yeah, he's tattooed up bad.
He was sitting there doing an interview when the guy was doing a tattoo on the inside of his arm. He was just, okay, he was just talking away.
A lot of it just depends on where you are, how close to the bone you are, how many nerves are in the area that you're working on. I mean, some of them make you cry, and some of them you just shot of courage and you're fine.
I know a girl, she went in to have an apple done, and she said it hurt so bad he had the guy turn it into 2 cherries just because it was so painful.
Where'd she have it done, like on the ankle or something?
No, right there at the small of her back.
You're making me really uncomfortable. I don't know why that bothers me.
What are you talking about?
6:37. So we just need, what we need to do, Gary, is the two of us together. We need to go get our tats
mine's good.
recolored.
I don't want to mess with mine. I want to leave mine like it is. I like mine the way it is.
Gary has enough blood work done already. He's
well,
done with needles.
Exactly. He goes about twice a week and gets some blood work done, doesn't he?
So he's seen his share of needles.
If
over the
you
course
just
of a
get him to
month.
put a little ink in those things, eventually you'd have a free tattoo.
Food Lion is lowering thousands of prices through